Appreciate you coming out, man.
No problem.
Oh yeah.
How's it been? Let's redo that one. Sorry, I do it a little bit different. I do like a Boston theme when I was in boot camp. So.
Okay.
But
so, before we get into what you do, tell the world your name real quick.
Well, my name's Lawrence, but I go by Skater or Skaterlunatic, which is my brand that I started up back in like 2015, 2016. So I'm used to be called Skater or Lawrence, just not my first name. I don't really tell my first name.
So you were a skater growing up?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I kind of got out of it after I went to the military, but
yeah.
I mean, how to put it, my knees kind of got really messed up. Trying not to swear, so you get monetized. Yeah. I used to skate a lot. I'm more like longboard now than skate, but
okay.
Nowadays it's kind of fallen a little bit behind, but it's always been part of the roots. And the name actually originated from my dad's old nickname, Lunatic Thrasher.
Oh, okay.
So I kind of flipped it.
He was a skater?
Yeah, he was like really good. Like I've seen like old photos of him and stuff. So
Damn.
I kind of flipped it,
Yeah.
Instead of Thrasher, I just put Skater, and then I put in the front of Lunatic. So that way it's like it has ties to my dad in a way, family ties.
Yeah.
So
that's dope.
That's kind of how that originated.
Oh yeah. So I seen on your page you're kind of you're like a photographer, or is that your other page?
So my main page is like my photography, graphic design, and videography.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been doing it for almost 8 years now. Just like a hobby turned more into more professional.
Yeah.
I want to make it, my thing that I quit my job for right now, but I enjoy my job right now, so it's not anything to quit for. But mainly photography. I do graphic design though. I've done stuff for the Hispano Chamber of Commerce for Lindsay County, and for the New Shine Car Wash that's actually near UNM.
Yeah.
The logo there, I did that one as well. So I've gotten a few that are like,
Damn.
Published, monetized, and
That's pretty
bought.
dope.
So, but yeah, that's pretty much. Photography is like my main thing though. Is like my passion that I really want to follow once I found it in high school. So
that's dope. Yeah, I seen on that page. I think I followed that page, or I seen it like a while back. Like someone posted it on their story. I don't think I followed it at the time, but I seen like it was like, I don't know, some model or something. I don't know.
yeah, I've done quite a few works recently. Was trying to get more, models, because I know here in Albuquerque, I mean, there's a lot of photographers, right?
Yeah.
But how do I put it? Kind of like what you're doing, and with what a few others are doing, like K9 and all that.
Yeah.
Like just trying to get Albuquerque on the map, not just Albuquerque, but New Mexico on the map.
Yeah.
And you don't really hear too much from New Mexico, and I really want that to change. I want everyone like Chicago, Atlanta, the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to not just go music, because I know a lot of people want to do music. There's other things,
Yeah.
especially for video making movies. I mean, we're one of Netflix's gold mines for desert shots and anything like that. You know what I
For
mean?
real.
So, and I don't want us to just be known for Breaking Bad. So
There's actually a show. My lady, she was watching it the other day. It was filmed here. It was called Tagged.
Okay, yeah.
Tagged. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
It's kind of weird, but it was like they had a shot of downtown. They were like at the transit. And I was like, what the hell? I was like, yeah, the whole show was filmed here. I was like, it was in 2018.
That's crazy. Okay. Yeah, I didn't even know that. See, like that's things that I guess I want to push more.
Yeah.
Like, and not just. I don't know. I feel like I've never seen someone blow up in New Mexico. I don't want that to happen. You know what I mean? I want, how to put it, I want the next Juice WRLD or, like Polo G to come out of New Mexico. I want someone that that can do it.
For real.
Or, because I know there's a few, obviously, we've had a few that have made it, but they kind of forget that they're from, like Demi Lovato.
Yeah.
She's from New Mexico, but
yeah,
she kind of.
Holly Holmes too.
That is true. Holly Holmes, but I feel like there's very few compared to most states. So, like, don't get me wrong. Obviously, we're not like the only state. Like, I don't really hear anything come from Montana.
Yeah.
But but there's still. I feel like we can make it, especially if we're already West Coast, pretty much. We're in the Southwest. I mean, we have more Hispanic ties too, so we can do more, in my opinion. So.
And we got bomb food.
Exactly, man.
Most people never had real chili.
Exactly. Hey, Colorado, I'm sorry, man, but your chili is not chili.
For real.
So.
Oh yeah. So, with your all the creative designs and everything, are you trying to like be in like movies? I guess.
Not really for movies. The reason I ever started graphic design was for streetwear because I always see people designing and I always see people doing modeling stuff, but I don't see like here in New Mexico. I don't see streetwear. I don't see any really like. Have you heard of techwear?
I don't think so. No.
So it's like kind of an underground, not underground, but it's a different type of style, and it's a little bit hard to do here, especially with the heat. But
Yeah.
pretty much, it's more chains, more hooded, more
Oh,
long sleeve.
okay.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like kind of like how this feels, but like it's all over you, and like tech wear, it's all long clothing, things like that.
Yeah.
Like cargo pants is part of it. Different types of styles of
Yeah.
pants, but I don't know. I wanted also different styles to come to New Mexico, and I see it around the world, but I don't see it here. I
Yeah.
mean, when I was in Japan, um, obviously the culture is very different, but like I saw a lot of different things that you wouldn't ever seen. There's actually like a style out there. It's like suicide kawaii.
What the hell is
Yeah,
that?
so it's like it'll be a design. You'll have to look it up. I can't remember the exact name, but
Uh,
like there's like people who follow that, and there's like creators, influencers that are about that. And it's like imagine like someone with a band-aid that's
uh,
pink. They're all kawaii, but they have like slits on their wrist, and they're like hanging from a noose type stuff.
what the
And
heck?
that's like the style that people like,
And
the
people do
aesthetic.
that there.
Yeah, yeah, and people like get stuff ready for that, and it's crazy. Like what I
Holy
mean?
shit.
There's whole different types of things that a lot of people don't really look at because
Yeah.
the United States just really focuses on the United States. They don't focus on other cultures, and
Yeah.
that's something I try to also look at. It's not just our culture. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, we're a big part, but what's going on in the rest of the world?
Yeah.
Because it's not just about us. So
Yeah. For real. So you said you're in the military. When did you go into the military? Right after high school?
pretty much right after high school in 2018, I went Marine Corps,
Damn.
and then did all my 4 years in Okinawa, Japan. Took trips to like Kyoto, Osaka, Hiroshima, and
Damn. That's
Tokyo.
dope.
So got to see a lot. Also went to South Korea once. Tried to go to Australia, but COVID happened when I was
Ooh,
doing it.
that
So
sucks.
and restrictions over there were different from over here. For
Yeah.
example, like you leave the base, or you don't have a mask, like you get arrested type stuff.
Damn. In Japan?
Just
That's
for not wearing
crazy.
a mask. So like
Holy
when I heard
shit.
people were like stuck at home, I'm like, but you can still technically leave.
For
Like
real.
don't get me wrong, I saw police enforcement in some states, but like I saw people complaining like a year and a half in that they were only allowed to do certain things. I'm like, I'm still stuck in my room, bro. I was stuck in one room with another person for 6 months when it started,
Really?
and had to share a bathroom
Damn.
with three other people. So it's
Did you
like,
ever get COVID?
no, I still haven't got COVID.
Damn.
So I'm like, I'm
That
one of the few lucky ones. I was
for
like,
real.
I didn't. I was like, it's real, but I haven't caught it. So
Damn, lucky.
I
I
got to
got it
tap on
three
wood though.
times,
Yeah, I'm
bro.
like, I got to tap on wood for that. So, but yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the Marine Corps. I got to do a lot of fun stuff. I mean, rappelling from helicopters to things like that. Even though I was admin, I was
That's
with
dope.
the first Marine Air Wing, first MA.
Yeah.
If you think I'm lying, look that up. So
That's
first
dope.
MA, and then I was with third EOTG, third Expeditionary Operations Training Group,
Uh,
and got to do a lot of stuff there. So I enjoyed my time. I just didn't want to do admin. I tried to reenlist and go combat camera.
what
Didn't
does
work
that
out.
mean?
Combat camera. So like how in like the early 2000s in
Oh, like
Afghanistan, all
they
that,
have the
the
GoPros?
yeah, all that.
Yeah. Oh,
That's part of combat camera, but there's also the photography section where you
what?
can learn about photography, go to school for photography, and be in the fleet for photography and take photos all day for your
Damn.
job. So I'm like,
That's
that's what I
dope.
want to do. And
Yeah.
you can see I already have my business for photography, so I
Yeah.
wanted to do it, but obviously I didn't get to do that. So it's
Uh,
unfortunate, but it is what it is.
yeah.
So
So what kind of? Well, I guess what was like the most memorable experience you had in
God,
military?
hmm. I think there's multiple, but I
Uh,
think the first one, because I didn't get to rappel from a tower in boot camp.
how
Um,
big was the tower?
when I did in the fleet, it
Uh,
was about 4 or 5 stories tall.
damn.
I think 5 stories. And what made it memorable is I freaked out because I
Uh,
flipped upside down. So I was looking down like 300 feet, like,
oh
pull
damn.
me the up, like yelling at a sergeant. I'm like a PFC, like, pull me like, get me up. I don't want to die. And I flipped out. I went code black, and I was like, "Yo, like imagine just like being at the top of one of those buildings, and you're just staring down with a rope on you, like,
Damn.
and you're upside down, like one of the scariest feelings." But I did
That's
it
crazy.
again, and then I did it
Yeah,
really well. So
that's dope.
yeah, it's
How high was the helicopter one that you did?
so I did spy training. It's basically okay. A good way to put it for everyone. You know that mission in Modern Warfare 2, the Gulag, where they exit by clipping themselves to a
Oh
rope.
yeah,
So it's basically that, and you're
that's
like
dope.
300 feet in the air as well, like
Oh,
maybe
there you
350.
go.
And I was at the end of the rope, so I just looked down and it's just me and death, pretty much. And you're just there like, yeah, this is cool. This is cool. I'm just hanging on by a rope. So got to do some fun stuff. I
That's
mean,
dope.
it's all actually all on my website, like the photos I got to take for it too. So
Oh, okay.
it's all there in
On your
just right
Instagram?
on my website. So
Oh,
I
on your
actually
web.
skaterlunatic.com. I have my own website, built it from scratch. Pretty much everything I have, my that I on my pages is either made by me or built by me, including my YouTube. I make my own videos as well, so
Yeah,
I do all that. And obviously, told you kind of what I do for work for videography. So it's like, to me, it's second nature.
that's
So
dope. And so, I guess what made you like want to start doing that, like taking pictures and
honestly, photos wasn't the first thing I ever wanted to do. It was actually YouTube. Watching YouTube growing up. I used to make
yeah.
GTA 5 BMX videos back in 2012 when it first released, and that's how
That's
I
dope.
started making. Uh,
Are they still
and
out?
yes, they're still on my YouTube. I think they are. I hope I didn't private them, but
Oh,
I
okay.
I don't. I was like about them because
Yeah.
the very first video I recorded my TV with a 240p webcam. So I had a webcam facing the TV,
Yeah.
and then when I upgraded, I had a Kindle, and then from there I got my first capture card software.
That's
And
dope.
saved up, and like
Yeah.
it was one of the first purchases you make, and it's like
Yeah.
I earned this. I made this. I got this.
Yeah.
Being like 13, 14 at the time, I was like, yo, this is a lot of money. I just spent $100 on a capture card,
For real.
especially in 2013. That's a different time. So it's like, but started with video like that, and then I kind of got into photography due to my stepmom,
Mhm.
because she had a camera. She had a Canon Rebel TSI, and what happened was I just wanted to take photos one day, so I started with my S7. Asked her to use her camera one day for actually a rainy day,
Yeah.
and when I took the photo, what happened was it was just window taken outside our trailer, and when I went to edit the photo, to see how it could look, and I all I did was change the saturation. What
Mhm.
happened was it went from gray and black to colors in the clouds, like natural colors in the clouds that you couldn't see with your natural eye,
Damn.
and like it like changed my mind on like what you could see. You know what I mean? Like there's always something deeper than what you can normally see.
Yeah.
Especially with photography, it's a moment in time that's captured, but you can
Yeah.
kind of manipulate it to see things that you can't see normally.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it got me into photography. Like seeing that one photo, still to me my number one photo because it's what got me into photography and
That's
made
dope.
me want to do it.
Yeah.
Want to do all this. Graphic design, obviously, I kind of already had some with that, with because I had to make YouTube videos. I had to learn to make thumbnails. So voila, especially with video editing. So, but that's how that started. So,
Oh yeah.
no, it's kind of a long story. Sorry, I could talk you off for days.
So I want to know is are you do you plan on staying here?
Honestly, in New Mexico, like, because I was actually trying to find like property to buy and like kind of rent out. Try to build
Yeah.
like how would I put it, passive income. And I was looking at Wyoming
Yeah.
because there's actually a lot of land out there for pretty cheap still because no one lives there. We have 2 million in our state, but they only have 500,000 in their state.
We have 2 million here.
Yes, we have 2 million. I mean,
Oh, in the state.
yeah, in the whole
Oh,
state,
okay. Oh,
But in Wyoming, the whole state only has 500,000 people.
damn.
So it's still a wild frontier out there. There's still a lot of land. There's still a lot of opportunity. And Cheyenne, Wyoming, the capital, it's next to Air Force Base. I saw like a 5 bedroom house with three bathrooms for like 400,000 or less,
Damn.
with
That's
2 acres, 3 acres included on it.
damn.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, see what I'm saying?
What the
I'm
hell?
like, Wyoming seemed like a good spot, but obviously,
Yeah.
the further north you go like that, the harder it's gonna be for like not just internet, but there's not gonna be like people doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Like here you can find like, for example, producers finding producers to collaborate. artists finding other artists. Out there it's kind of more secluded. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
there's not a lot. It's more tourist areas, and that's pretty much it. So I wanted to kind of move there. I was originally actually going to go to Seattle for college. Didn't
Yeah.
work out when I got out, but I still got free college if I want to go to it because of the military. So I'm like, maybe I'll go. Maybe I'll just get paid to go to college. Why not? Get a free bachelor's degree, pretty much. I'm still,
That'd be dope.
hey, 4 years of your life, you get 4 years back technically, right?
Yeah.
So, and yeah, I honestly thought of moving when I first came back. I wanted to move, but the more I thought about it, I was like, I can't just leave my state.
Yeah.
Like this is where I grew up. This is where a lot of shit happened. It's
For
like
real.
can't just leave family behind
Yeah.
when just because you feel like it. It's something you have to agree upon and let it happen. So
Yeah. For
if it
real.
happens, it happens. If it doesn't, hey, no biggie. But I do want to visit Iceland. Maybe not live there, but visit Iceland. So got my passport finally. So
Oh, okay. So you've been to Iceland, or you're about to?
I want to go. I'm trying to save up.
And that's where exactly?
So Iceland's on the east side of Greenland because Iceland's green, Greenland's ice, and it's a little bit north of the Faroe Islands, which is near Ireland. So it's pretty much like Atlantic at the very top, towards
Oh,
the
okay.
the northern Arctic. So
Why do you want to
um,
go there?
I'll be honest, I've always been interested in going there just to like explore the world.
I
Like
get you.
I don't know, like everyone wants to stay. Like how do I put it? You can't discover things you like unless you go do something.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people. Uh, Let me get the quote actually, because I have a quote that I state whenever, and it's actually part of my brand. Like this is
Yeah.
what I really believe in. It's a long quote, that's why I got to pull it up. It's like it's
Let's
like
hear it.
it's a whole sentence.
Let
So
me hear it.
you never get there, no matter what your goals are. When you get there, it's not what you thought it was going to be. There's always going to be someone else moving you, and I feel like if you stay still, you're dead. And there's a lot of people alive right now that are dead
That hits.
because a lot of people, they just stay still instead of doing something and trying to improve themselves and trying to do something.
For real.
And it's like, well, that's what you do when you're dead in a coffin. You're doing nothing. You're just there.
Yeah.
You're just a
Facts.
body. And a lot of people are dead because they just don't do anything. They just go to work. They just go home. They scroll on their phone. They do the same thing every day, and they wonder why they can't get out of it.
Yeah. For real.
You know what I mean? Like just doing this with what you do. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
doing something. That's providing to the community. That's like,
Yeah.
it's showing a different side.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what my brand's about. Like it's for things for you, not just for me. That's the other motto is things made for you. This isn't all about me. It's for helping other people. Photography, capturing moments that you can't get back. The mom
Yeah.
working 2 jobs trying to support her kids because she's a single mom. The dad who just wants something to look back on with his family. Things like that you can't get back,
Yeah.
and it's to help people. Obviously, I'm trying to market better, but because I don't get too many clients, but it's like what I do, I try to make it mean something. So
Yeah. Do you
that's
normally like reach out to people, or?
that's usually what I do right now. Is
Uh.
I go on Instagrams, I just put like hashtag New Mexico model, hashtag New Mexico. Look, make sure they don't have like 100,000 followers because they're not gonna reply. If they have a couple thousand, maybe 10,000, I message and I'll be like, I actually use Chat GPT to type my prompts.
Really?
Yeah, I use the AI to type my prompts. So I'm like, generate a Instagram DM for a photography shoot, and like blah 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 blah,
What
and it
the
and it came up with the whole paragraph. And I also said, add one now, add a response if they say yes and if they say no.
hell?
Like, and they had a response for each one, so it generated that, and I just copy and
Yeah.
pasted it, and I just sent it off.
Damn.
I'm
A
telling you,
whole
hey,
paragraph?
I can show you.
Let
I
me
can
see.
show you.
Let me see this. I
Yeah,
want to
man.
see this
Here, and I also have it create Instagram captions for me.
shit.
So if I go to here, photo shoot collaboration proposal.
What the fuck?
See, there it is. And you just change client, and then if yes, no, and the full thing right there.
What the fuck?
I'm telling you, you can make AI work for you if you
That's
know how to
crazy.
use it. And
Yeah.
Chat GPT is a really good tool that most people are scared of right now. Because
Yeah.
they're like robots. But I'm like, well, if you don't make it the Terminator, it's not gonna become the Terminator. You know what I mean?
For real.
I mean, the closest we might get is iRobot. That's
Yeah.
the closest I assume. Where they're like, no. Nope. So
Yeah, and they turn red.
yeah, I forgot they do that in the middle. They'll just break out of shipping containers. I forgot about that. Yeah, no, but
Oh yeah,
it's I don't know. I reach out and I try to schedule stuff. Obviously, some people are just like they don't respond or it's like no biggie. You don't respond. That's the what's the worst? That's the worst thing that can happen. You don't respond or you say no.
for real.
It's kind of like asking someone out on a date, right? It's like the worst. Don't get me wrong. Some people are savage, but like the worst they could say is no.
Yeah.
So
I get you, bro. Honestly, my inbox is like flooded with so many people I still need to schedule, and it's like,
it's hard. I understand how it is.
yeah,
Like
it's
so many people, and
ridiculous.
then you got to figure out what times, what dates, and if you
Yeah.
have work, you got to go around that as well, right? Um,
Honestly, the people that don't even respond to me, I'm just like, I don't need them. Screw them.
I'm responsive. I think you
Yeah.
saw. I'm like right away. Like
Yeah. Hell
I
yeah.
don't know. It's just because I'm used to my brand. Like you have to respond. You have to.
No, I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like automation at that point. You just got to
Yeah.
be ready for when someone asks. And I'm like, yeah, it's this, and this, and that. So, and it just comes with progress and what you learn over time. So,
Yeah.
I mean, how'd I put it? We all start at humble beginnings, and once you get to a certain point, obviously, hopefully one day I'll be able to hire people to do things for me, like social media market, manage, and do things like that. Obviously, I do it all right now. I do the graphic designs, I do the t-shirt drop shipping, I do um, videography, I do all that on my own. So it's like I do everything. I live stream on my YouTube or whatever,
Yeah.
and so it's like hopefully one day, I can build it to a point where it's self-sustainable. So
I get you. So, like the way you talk about capturing the moments. Are you like kind of like, I guess, big into art?
yes, so art is a big thing. So I'm taking this. I'm like,
No, you're good. I should brought mine.
um, art in general. Like I love art, and that's kind of what inspires my graphic design. I look at art and it inspired me to make something else
Yeah.
from that, whether it be 3D, or it be just 2D, or it be motion design.
Yeah.
I don't know. I get inspired for certain things, and I want to make something like that, or you know, mimic it, but not do it exactly. Like I want to make my own style is what I like, and I like going to museums, just like natural art museums or art museums in general. Whether it be like the history museum here or
Yeah.
just an art like gallery, just to look at see what people are thinking in their minds, because it's like everyone's thinking something, but not everyone can put it down on paper or make something from it. So, and that's being a graphic designer. Sometimes you got to make stuff for someone who you got to envision what they think. You
Yeah.
got to think like, what are they thinking? What do you want? And I'll make it pretty much.
For real.
So, and yeah, I love art. I mean, music, big thing for me. It's personally, I'm like a Juice World addict right now
Yeah.
because I have like 300 of those unreleased songs on my phone.
Damn.
And like, there's a lot of songs that are just like crazy
Mm.
for when he was alive. So it's like I don't know, thinking about that, and I actually get some inspiration from a lot of his unreleased music because there's some really good music. There's some good songs that are unreleased. So,
For real.
but I don't know. Like other than that, art is more just inspiration for me to look at, to make my own art, and to do whatever I do, whether it be making music too, or because I produce, but not like I don't want to pursue it as a thing. It's more of a hobby
Yeah.
where I just make random stuff and then poof, I keep it on my hard drive. I don't post it. I don't do anything with it. So
Yeah. I get you. That's dope. I like Juice World a lot too. He's a big inspiration on some music that I've made, and a lot of artists that are up there too or have been inspirations to what I've made.
well, I guess it's not just Juice because like Juice is like my number two. I would say my
Yeah.
number one would probably be Russ.
Oh,
Number
okay.
two is Juice. You probably never heard of him. This guy, Krush,
Nah.
based in California. Eli Sostre, based in like New York City. So it's like these guys aren't really well known. At
Yeah.
least a few of them. Like I like listening to them because they bring a whole different style that I haven't really heard too much. And some of them have been around pretty long time. Cruise, I've been listening to since 2013, 2012. He's
Damn.
not that known. He only has 300,000 monthly listeners. And I remember when I first started listening, he had like maybe 60,000.
Damn.
And with Eli Shostrey, he's at 491, I think, thousand right now. When I first started listening to him, he was at like 25,000.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So, and he was like 2014. So it's like, seeing them develop and what they like. I don't know. It's different. It's different when you see not a mainstream artist, but like someone you actually enjoy get up there. It's like finally some recognition. So,
Yeah. Hell yeah.
sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm
Hell
trying not to cough here.
yeah. Yeah, you're good. So, I guess the question of the day is, what do you think about this interview?
I mean, honestly, I would love to come out here like once a year and do this if possible. Just
Yeah.
updates. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
guess like how Genius does like or not Genius, but the Billie Eilish like every single year interviews that are on YouTube where she's done it like every single year for like 5 years or something.
Oh,
That'd be
okay.
cool because you can
Yeah,
see progress
I
of
know
a
what you're talking
person
about.
for like years and years and years.
Yeah.
And like even if someone blows up, come back and do it because humble beginnings. Like I said in the beginning, you don't leave the people back
Yeah, for
behind that
real.
you started with,
Yeah.
especially if they were the day ones. So,
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
that's how I put it. I mean, I could talk for days about it. Like I said, I could talk for a long time. I just, I don't want to talk too long and have it be like a 3 hour interview.
Nah, you're good.
So, I mean, anything else you wanted to ask? I mean, probably got to answer for a lot of stuff.
Shoot. I guess.
No
Do
worries.
you, since you're born and raised from here, um, I guess what's like the main thing you see change here?
Well, I grew up near Ghetto Lake, Meadow Lake. So
Where's that?
South Side area near Las Lunas.
Oh, okay.
It's called Ghetto Lake because that's where all
Uh,
like the dealers and stuff live,
yeah,
especially when I was growing up.
yeah,
Um, I guess the change in like economy, not just economy, but like how many people have moved here. Specifically, like for me, the big thing was Las Lunas. I grew up and it was all pretty much just dirt everywhere, desert
yeah.
everywhere. Now it's like you got a main street, you got like Facebook down there, you got Amazon being built, and
Oh,
all this
yeah,
stuff. And it's like how many more people are here, but not a lot of people know the culture.
yeah,
Like one of the new people at my job, he just came here from Utah, and first day, no one's kind of showing him anything or doing anything with them. I was like the first one coming and be like, "Hey man, welcome to Mexico." Like get some chili. I can tell you some places to eat.
yeah,
Try this, try that, try other plate. Try all this, and like try to give people a warm welcome because I feel like yeah, we're a friendly people, but we're not very open to new people.
yeah,
If you know what I mean, like kind of like when you're the new person at a job, everyone's kind of like for like the first month, like,
yeah.
is he gonna stay here? You know, are
For real.
they gonna stay here? So that's like a big thing is how different it's changed and a lot. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you think back to like early 2000s compared to now,
Yeah.
that's 20-year difference. And like this technology in general too has changed a lot. I mean,
Facts.
we used to have flip phones.
For real.
You know what I mean? Now we got this. We got literally mini computers in our hands that could do almost anything.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a lot of differences.
For real.
If you really look into it, it's just I ain't trying to go into the iceberg because if I go in the iceberg, it'd be like one of those little YouTube documentaries at that point. So
uh,
anything else, or I'm
uh,
like,
yeah. Say, do you want to say something positive, bro, before we wrap it up?
I mean, let me think of something good.
All right, let's hear
Oh
it.
God, I'm trying to think of something that's original but not too cliche. But sometimes you gotta say it. So I guess what I would say would be like you gotta start somewhere, no matter what you want to do. Whether it be making your own empire from scratch, making just music, because I know a lot of people like to make music, becoming a big artist, doing whatever you want to do, whether it be the smallest thing from the biggest thing, you just got to start somewhere. And like for me, I just picked up a camera and started going for it, and now I got my own small business. I got all this. You just got to start. You can't, and no matter how hard it gets, no matter how many haters you get, use that as motivation. Because when people hate, that means they're scared. They can be scared. A lot of people hate because they're scared you're going to succeed and they're not. And using that kind of as fuel instead of fear can push you to do better, push you to do new things that you didn't think you were going to be able to do, and maybe even get opportunities that you didn't think you were ever going to have in your life. And for anyone out there, no matter how old or how young you are, you can start. Whether if you're 45 or if you're like 13, you can do something,
Oh yeah.
you know, and you can make a difference no matter what it is. You could be the next Mr. Beast for all I care. Literally, Mr. Beast started out counting from 1 to 1 million at 14. Think about that. Even if Mr. Beast can discount numbers and get to 500,000 subscribers in 2015 to 2016, now he's 125 million subscribers doing multi-million dollar things. You can do it too.
Oh yeah.
So
Thanks, bro.
no problem.
Shout out your handle and then spell it out. Where can people
I got
find you?
two, but it's basically the same thing. It's Skaterlunatic, SKATERLUNATIC, and the second one is the same thing with the underscore. So it's pretty much the same thing, just original username that I came up with when, and I have it on everything. It's my website, it's my Instagram, Twitter, everything. So it's all equalized, so you don't have to
Yeah.
worry about like what's his name on this, what's his name on that. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, thank you guys for having me. I mean, I would love to do this again, maybe in a year or so, and
Yeah.
continue it.
Oh yeah. Thanks,
Hopefully
bro.
by that time it's a little bit bigger. Doing a lot
Yeah.
more. Hopefully, hopefully, knock on wood. Not just pray, but work for it. Because
Yeah.
I've been trying to get a lot
Definitely.
more. If
Yeah.
anyone ever needs photos, reach out. I don't cost $300 for photos. It's $50 right now, 50 to 75 for a whole photo shoot.
Oh yeah.
I prefer natural light, so that's the thing. I don't do nighttime. I don't do certain things. So,
Yeah.
but like I said, thank you guys for having me,
Oh
and
yeah.
hopefully see you guys again.
I
So,
appreciate you coming out.
no problem.
Oh yeah, bro.
Ugh.
Oh.